So final track event of the evening, the women's 3,000 meters, and it's been kept to the end to try and please a lot of Ethiopian fans in the stands here in Doha. Will be wanting to watch almost a new star, Almaz Ayana. This race has been set up for. So 7.5 laps of the track. We're looking for around 67 laps for an even pace. If it drops off that, expect Ayana to pick it up again. But as I said, with the likes of Chariot coming back into good form, the ability of the likes of Mercy Chirono, even Kabiwat, Burka, etc., then Ayana will have to make sure the pace is good and hard and fast. The sort of thing that she did in Beijing when she ran away from Genzebi Dibaba in the final. What a race that was. The only race in which Ayana was beaten last year came in Paris against Genzebi Dibaba when they played a little bit of cat and mouse on a night in which they were expected to go for the world record. So I'm sure she may well have learned from that in this Diamond League season. Shouldn't have too many worries tonight. I'm told she's in good shape. Well, she said had a bit of a few niggles at the end of the season last year, so she curtailed her preparations for the beginning of 2016. Is why she didn't run indoors, but ready here in Doha. So they went very quickly through the first 800 meters, and you can see what that's doing to the field here. Chariot hasn't gone with it. Neither has Chirono, neither has Burka, because it's a quick pace being set at the front. Ayana already starting to open up a little bit of gap behind the two pacemakers. 2:47 through the first 1,000. So Tverderstop doing a good job here. So Ayana does mean business, but she will be on her own when these two have finished. Tverderstop keeping going a little bit further than perhaps she was asked, and that might be a sense that the other pacemaker, Korea, is not ready to go past her, but it is quick. Just see what happens here. This was very early on. Oh, that was a heavy fall as well. Well, we saw one in the 1500 earlier as well. I'll try and tidy that up for you, but at the front, you can see Tverderstop's even kicking away. Ayana is sitting behind Korea. I don't know if words have been said. Korea's Kenyan, though, so I presume Tverderstop just trying to push on. And that gap to the pack is about 8-9 meters.
Yeah, it's very similar to the 1500 meters. We've got a demonstration at the front, and the gap certainly not closing at all at the moment. Still a fair way to go in this race, but Ayana is a class act, and of course this is the race at which the 5,000, 1500, and in the case of Burka, the 10,000 meter runners come together to do battle as the season begins to get underway. But Ayana is very special. As a world champion, she looks so very, very strong, and that form after a winter is now being replicated at the beginning of this 2016 season, which, of course, as you will all know, is an Olympic season.
So Mercy Chirono now closed the gap to Ayana, doing a really good job there. Burka starting to move up a little bit, and Kabiwat very much in their Chariot, getting a bit closer as well. But look how strung out they are. So Ayana went with the pace, and then, as I was suggesting, just sensed, or maybe not wanting to push on too much, but sitting behind the pacemaker, and by doing that, the others have just reeled her in. They're still well strung out here, but now Korea steps to the side. Ayana will be left out in front, and as she does that, Ayana just puts her foot down a little bit. Chirono trying to hang on to her. Kabiwat behind her, Kisa there, Chariot and Burka trying to close the gap behind them. So Ayana now coming round with 3 to go. It's all about her and the clock, you suggest now. She had a little bit of a breather there for a lap or two, maybe for 600 meters. And remember what she did during that World Championships in Beijing. As I said, she used to be a steeplechaser and then was part of the national squad, coached by the national coach in the steeplechase. But then, when she decided to move to the flat, they sort of said, you're on your own, and she's coached by her husband, former 1500 meter runner, Saresa Fida, and they've done a brilliant job. Fearless she is, Ayana. Took on Dibaba at the World Championships and really destroyed her in the field. 2:49, she's really pulled that back there. The crowd are loving this.
Yeah, they are. She's lost just a little bit there, despite the fact that she's subtly moved away. It's just outside of the schedule she wanted at 2,000 meters. That would give us an 8:23 or thereabouts, but she may well have something left to speed up in that last lap or so. Big gap again has opened up.
Mercy Chirono in second place. Burka looking strong, coming through into third behind them. Chariot trying to get back involved as well. But Ayana with 2 laps to go, looking good. Burke has a little look behind to see if anyone's coming with her. Not too much challenge. Everybody looking a little bit tired now. Now Ayana starting to slow a little. So Ayana, having gone perfect pacemaker and then dropped to 65 seconds after going back to 68 on lap 3. Lap 4 was a 67.7, 65.9, and that's why she's pulled away again. And now continuing to go away, Ayana with 600 meters to go, really has to motor along, but personal best of 8:22. I suggest that very much under threat here. The best in the world, well, she could walk the last lap and do better than that. That's 8:56. Doesn't need to. That was never in question. Most of these women tonight will be well under that. So Ayana into the home straight for the penultimate time. Chirono with Burka trying to chase her down. They're well clear in second and third. A little glance from Ayana. She'll see as she looks over at the clock. Anything around 65 seconds will be good, so she's got to pick it up a little bit. She has enough pace, we've seen that as well. She's not maybe as quick as the likes of Dibaba, but the strength that she has should come into play here. She'll want a personal best. She'll want to start the season off well. We're not sure when she's going to meet Genzebe Dibaba, but when they do meet, inevitably there will be fireworks. Suggestions the two of them aren't the best of friends. Well, you don't have to be. They're in the same team together, and they are a formidable pair, and she's a formidable challenge for anybody. 200 to go. Burka now just falling off Chirono in third spot. Chirono trying to pick up a little bit over the last 200, but miles behind Ayana. Almaz Ayana looking strong. Has to really try and pick up here. She may well have seen her chance of a personal best just slip by a second or so. She can muster something. Crowder on the feet trying to help her to the line. She may well be just outside it. Ayana will start with a big victory, a big win, and just outside her personal best. 8:23.12, quickest in the world this year. She will go quicker, undoubtedly. Chirono with a good performance in second spot. It's hot here, it's humid here. Not always the best night. Sebco looking on. His wife Carol with him as well. Will have enjoyed that. Any distance fan must enjoy watching Almaz Ayana. Really a mouth-watering season in prospect. Win tonight. Easy win really in the end. There was never going to be any question about that. I think she will, it'll just be a tinge of disappointment. I think when you get that close to personal best and don't quite carry it through, you always, she'll be lying in her bed tonight thinking, oh, I maybe could have just pushed a little bit. A couple of laps to go.
Yes, it was just that little phase, wasn't it, when she stayed with the pacemaker and the rest came back to her, and then she had to work again, and she moved away and got back onto the schedule that she needed for something closer to 8 minutes and 20. But she was then it was on an 8:23, and so it proved to be. It was hard work in that last lap on her own, but Ayana is class. She is a world champion. She's got the pedigree, and my goodness me, it showed, didn't it? Chirono in second place, 8:21, or rather 8:26.36, and Burka 8:28.49. They're the top three.
Well, her style of running is always good to watch, and as I said, she's full of confidence, knows that pushing on is the best thing for her, and tonight it rewarded her with an 8:23.11 world lead.